Buenos dias, guys. Welcome back to another video. It's your boy, and today we have a players interview with an old friend. Yeah. Why won't you just introduce yourself, my man?
Hi guys, Dale Don here. Actually from South Africa, Cape Town. Me and Kanak actually go quite a while back. One of his first subscribers. We literally used to sit on streams, just me and him. Like he had nobody else. It's just me and him. And we've discussed Blackwings for a very long time. Actually got fourth place at my regionals last week. Um, Thanks to Kanak, one of the big inspirations there, and Silent Blackwing as well. Can't forget to shout that man
Yeah.
out.
Huge shout to Sam
Um,
Blackwing, by the way.
Sorry?
Yeah, huge shout to Sam Blackwing. Okay.
Huge shout out to that man. I think he inspired both of us to get here where we are now. So massive shout out to him. I think some of the guys from the Discord might know me. We do discuss a lot of Blackwings. Guys, go check out that Discord.
Yeah.
Big help for a lot of new Blackwing players. Definitely somewhere to be, guys. But yeah,
Yeah.
Blackwings fourth place regionals dominated. What can I say? Eh? Blackwings best deck, guys.
Okay. So you had 6 rounds, right? You got fourth place, 6 rounds, and you decided to go on to play with the Asna Falcon build instead of the Dark Arm build. And yeah, let's talk about your first round, Ishizu Runic Naturia.
Oh, first round. So I actually had five matchups that I expected for the day. So I expected, obviously, everyone's favorite Ishizu tier. Like that was a given Decklist that I think we all expect to play at any local or regional event. I expected to play against Branded Bastille. I expected Fluanderies. Those are obviously the most well-known decks we all expect to play. Sprite as well. And then Runic, because of my own local area, I expected Runic to be quite prominent. And my first matchup was actually Ishizu Runic Naturia. Yeah, that is my first matchup. Played against them, started, lost the dice roll, because that's just that Blackwing luck. We can't win it all. He obviously chose to go first. He set up quite a mediocre board. I was actually able to literally go second, go into the level 7s, Rakiri, Hawk Joe, just wipe his board out and then attack him for game. Like it was literally quick and easy. Round one went so quick. Um, Game two, he went first again. Man set up like the full Naturia Beast lock. I just couldn't break that board. Like everything I was doing, he had something for me. The Ishizu's returning stuff back to my deck. It was literally just such a pain to try to play through all of it. So I was like, nah, let's just leave this. Unfortunately, game two took very long because I tried to make his board. I set up something small. He went his turn. He couldn't quite kill me that turn, and the game just dragged on for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
We then went game three. I was like, I'm going first. I have this game opening hand. I had the small world. I had
What did you
Blackwing
side against
names.
that deck?
I was like, there's no way I'm losing this game.
What did you side against them going game three?
Going game three, I actually sided in. So let's actually talk about game two first. So my main side outs for this deck was the small world with the Destrudo, the Raiders wing, the rank up, and then I main deck two triple tactics talent. I took that out as well, going second. So game two, I sided in Harpy's Feather Duster since Naturia, Runic, Ishizu, the Runic engine itself, just spells and traps. Well, spells mainly.
Yeah.
I just wanted something to get rid of that. Lightning Storms, evenly matched, Dark Ruler no more. I felt like that was going to be adequate enough to break their board. But inside deck Faith, we see none of it. So game two, I didn't see any of that, unfortunately, hence why I couldn't really break his board. And then game three, the only thing I sided in game three, because I was going first, because I really sided in going first, was Spooky Dog because of time. So I was like, okay, if I can see a Spooky Dog, I can maybe win on time. Unfortunately, didn't see it. So didn't really come up game one. Yeah, that was my sides.
Okay. And what happened? Why did you lose that game?
So game three, going first, I'm like, I have this game in the bag. I go open the small world
he
to
let
get
you
this
go first
moon
game
plan.
three.
I went first and I lost. Can you believe this? Blackwings went first and lost.
Damn.
So you know already.
Can you remember your hands that you had?
So roughly I had Simoon. No, I'm lying. I had Small World and I had Blackwing names.
Okay.
No Simoon in the opening hand though.
Okay. Well, you were able
So
to touch for Simoon with Small World, I guess.
Yes. So I went immediately Small World first card. I was like, nah, let's get that Simoon to and let's just combo off. And literally after adding the Simoon, the man went Droll. And I was just sitting there like, Droll, okay.
Damn. Yeah.
Fine. I mean, you have it or you don't. You had it, cool. I still had enough gas in the hand. I just think to myself, it's fine. I can play through this, not a problem. And I start comboing, and I'm like, okay, let's get Northern on the field. Let's burn him first, and then let's just combo off until time is done. Because there was like 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes left on the clock at this point. So my main thing was just burn him and then combo off.
Yeah.
If I do end up passing, he's not going to be able to burn me.
Yeah.
Or whack me for enough damage fast enough. Proceeded to go Northang. The man then chained Gamma to it and just popped my Northang, negated it. And then I was like, okay, now we have a problem. But I was like, okay, cool. I had a Zephyros Engrave already because I've watered effect and everything. It's like, okay, we can use the Zephyros, bounce the Black Whirlwind, and then try to push from there. I then go Zephyros effect, and the man then goes chain Bastille Magnemite, and I was like, oh gosh.
Damn.
Okay, there's nothing. What am I gonna do
He
against
had
that?
everything,
What am I
man.
gonna
He
do
had
against
everything.
that? Everything. At that point, I just waited for him to drop a nib on me. At that point, I was like, you must have nib also. Then at that point, I had to pass turn. Had nothing left I could do. Went his turn. Actually, at the end phase, he searched the Druis. Used the Druis effect, summon that.
You just had to attack him, that's it. That's all you had to do. Yeah.
Battle phase, hit me for it. Main phase 2, summon the Chameleon, and then just started comboing off to burn the clock of like the minute or that was left. So that I didn't have a chance to get him back. Yeah, so that was unfortunate for the game 1.
Okay. Then going on to round 2 against Danger Ishizu tier. Did you expect a deck like that?
I did not expect this deck, right? First, I did not, and then the guy I played against, right? So I kind of said, he had also lost his game 1, and he was like, nah, he played against Ishizu tier. I was like, yo, that's such a difficult matchup. He's like, yeah, you can't deal with that deck. That deck needs to get hit. I was like, yeah, no, agree, that deck does need a hit, but I feel like I can beat it. He's like, oh, okay, cool. And I roll the dice, and after rolling the dice, I win it. I'm like, cool, going first, easy win. Let's eat this game up. Opening hand, I start comboing, and the man chains Heaviness. And I'm like, but I'm just confused because I'm like, you just complained about Ishizu tier and then you activate the tier effect. Like,
yeah,
that's a bit ironic, but sure, cool. So it was actually like a 50 card pile deck that he had, and he had Light Swans in it, the Wolf, and I think it's Phallus or something, the one that can pop itself to pop a card or something. And he had like just random graveyard effects that if it's mulled, it has effects. And let me tell you, this man mulls 3, it's a tier name and it's a Light Sworn. And the level 4 Serpent monster that also special summon itself. And let me tell you, this man went so hard off combo on my turn, it was ridiculous. Like, I did not expect to see. Like, I know what Ishizu tier does, but damn, that pile deck just did madness. I was like, wow. Proceeded to make a full board on my turn. Hit me with the Ishizu shufflebacks. Hit me with the Dragostepelli and the gate. The man just hit me so much. I passed turn with a very mediocre board. He goes his turn. Summons Reinhardt. I'm like, of course, that's your normal summon. Proceeds to go beyond and above and beyond combo and just whacks me for game. I was like, yeah, there's nothing I can do against all of this. Proceed to go game 2, I obviously choose to go first again. So this is actually where things got interesting with siding. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to side in the shifter going first, because I felt like my main deck was equipped very well, but I was like, I don't know what he's siding. Like, Droll had got me so bad last game. I was like, I'm rather going to keep in because I was playing the Gammas. I was like, I'm going to keep in the Gammas just for that security of if you're going to Droll me or you're going to hit me with an Ash on my pot, I have something. So it's like, I'm going to leave the main deck as is. Went first, combat off, hit me with one imperm, and then I laughed at him and I continued to combo off as Blackwings do, like what is
We don't care about
one
imp,
interruption is not going to do anything to us.
The best thing that can happen to us is getting imped on Zudri, man.
Oh, that's a good one, eh? If you're using the imp right, yeah. If you're using the imp right. But even then, like, I feel like we can still do so much. Like, even if you know when to hit the deck, like, I'd rather save it for like a Wild Strix or a Rusty hit at that point than to hit one of the Blackwings. But
no,
anyways,
I'd rather get hit I'd rather get hit on Zudri with the imperm than anything else, to be honest. Because then I'm just gonna search for Hammerton and still gonna end up with full combo.
Exactly, that's the thing. So he hit me with the imp. I can't just remember where he hit me, but it like literally didn't make a difference because I just continued to combo off completely. When his turn, I had the Falcon with the Savage with a Rusty, double Blackwing Assault Dragon. Man goes for turn, and I tell you, I'm letting this man combo off still, and he's just burning. He's just burning. 14, 14.
Against tier, all you need is 2 Blackwing Assault Dragons, and that's it. If they don't have like ball breakers,
that's all you need.
It's cake.
The man literally said, I know that goes into Cali, but I have so little life points. I'm just gonna go. Let's go game 3 because the Blackwing Assault just burned him so badly. There was nothing he could do to break my board without the. I didn't have a Skelly lock in. The Kelly was just waiting in the extra deck. I was like, well, cool.
And then game 3, you went second, I guess.
Yes, I went second. So this was an interesting game actually. Opening hand, sided. So this is what I sided out for this game. Was game 2. I took out the Gammas and the driver because against tier, that's really not cards you want to have. The Raiders wing and rank up.
Yeah.
Because going second, I'm not really going to carry. And then I took out the triple tactics talent going second because I just felt I'd rather want to have my 6 card be something that's going to make a difference.
Yeah.
Than something that I'm going to be like, it's okay, but he's going to win me the game. So I rather just took it out. So most of the time, my side deck was taking 8 out of the main, which was the Gamma, with the Cali package being the Raiders being in the rank up, and then the TTs. So that was usually the 8 cards I took out. Or the small world, if I felt Gamma would be game defining. I would keep the Gammas in and then take out the small world package. Okay. So going into the tournament, our plan was 8 out, 8 in every match. So I sided in the Shifter, the Evenly Matched, and Lightning Storms. The reasoning for the Lightning Storms was if you put up a heavy back row, which this pile deck seemed to play a lot of the element spells and traps, like more than average, because when he mulled quite a bit of them. It's like, okay, I'm rather going to keep the Lightnings because it's versatile. If I feel I want to hit the back row because he has too much, I can hit it. Or if I want to hit the monsters, just to burn out effects that he has, do that.
Yeah.
Man goes turn, he draws for turn, goes Mothman from hand. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna chain Dimension Shifter because we opened it. We were like, okay, perfect. He looks at me with that look that every tier element player gives you when you shifted him. He gave me that look. Proceeded to use the Mothman, get the draw 1 off the Mothman. Drew into another Mothman actually, funny enough. Used Mothman again, summons. So he had 2 Mothmans, drew again. And I actually found out afterwards what was the card he drew. He actually drew Call By. But obviously after Shifter resolved, if you're going to Call By, it's not going to make a difference.
Yeah.
I think he went into...
Was he even
some rank 4.
Was he able to summon anything and do some burning damage?
No, nothing whatsoever. And we still had a lot of time on the clock.
Okay. So all you have to do is just
go
into attack and do some damage and probably win like round 2.
Yeah, so this was now obviously round 3. So he summoned a XC that can wipe the board in my battle phase. Steel Swarm or Evil Swarm, something. It
Oh,
was
okay,
at rank
okay,
4.
okay.
I'm surprised he didn't go Babushka because I thought that would have been the route that he would have chosen just because 2 level 4s make a Babushka pass.
Yeah.
That's usually what they do on the shifter, but he went into this to try to wipe my board, thinking that I needed my battle phase to get rid of his monster.
Yeah.
So I actually top deck and I threw into infinite impermanence. So I was like,
Ooh, beautiful.
well, what a top deck.
Beautiful.
Use imperm on his monster. Monster has no more effect. Go into an Akiri, pop his back row because I wasn't sure what he had and I didn't care because with shift is still up. If it's tier back rows, it's not going to make a difference because it's going to get banished. And I actually hit his call by, so that was the card that he said. A call by and something else, I can't remember what the other card was. Proceeded to make a full Blackwing board and just whack him for game.
That easy. That easy. So that was a
That
2-1.
easy. Yes, sir. That was a 2-1 on that game.
Alright, next up, branded Bestial. Okay, so round 3, again, branded Bestial. Let me know what happened here.
Okay, so ended up losing the dice roll. He went first. That they can set up some stupid boards, eh? Like this man had the branded beast was a dragoon. He actually went for the dragoon play.
You played
He had the
Dragoon?
rebellion on the field. Yeah, the dragoon. So branded fusion into Albion. Albion banish the Hex seal and then bring out the dragoon.
Wow. How did you out that
Yeah.
Dragoon?
Yeah, so that wasn't all. He also set up the branded banishment as well. So the super poly trap that is searchable in the deck.
Wow.
He set 1. I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna try my best. Open quite a bit of gas. Open small world, see moon. So I actually baited him with a small world. So luckily Dragoon gated it. So I was like, okay, cool. That's what I needed to get out of the way. Went to moon. Started comboing off. He used branded beast to pop the black whirlwind. Proceeded to continue playing. He then branded banishment super polyed my board. I was like, okay, cool. I still kept playing. I then went wise trick summon 1 from deck. He then flipped the other card that he set that was unknown was super poly. Like, of course, that's the other card that he had set. Yeah. So I literally played through every single option he had until he super polyed me, and then I had no board left and no cards in hand.
Yeah. We lose. I mean, Dragoon wasn't even necessary. If you just super poly the first 2 monsters, it's game. Yeah. And then
So we tried to
game 2 you win first. Probably Caliga.
Yeah. So yeah, game 2 I win. He busted me once, which wasn't enough for the deck. Like 1 interruption, we both know is not going to do anything. Full combo. Kelly locked him after burning him a bit with a Blackwing assault, and then he started getting a bit cocky, thinking he can still win. Kelly locked him. He's just like, nah, cool. Let's go game 3.
Yeah.
Game 3, side out the small world, the Destrudo, Raiders Wing, rank up, TT, the usuals that I side out. Put in evenly Dark Rule and Lightning Storm because I thought that is the best cards to have for that matchup. I contemplated Shifter here. I'm not going to lie, I contemplated because I knew Shifter could hurt, but I was like, I'm just rather not going to because I want to have something that's going to wipe his board instead of make his board slightly easier to get through.
Yeah.
The man goes draw phase. Please note he had not declared his draw or standby phase once this entire tournament that I played him, right? So when he declared draw phase and he was going first, I was like, you have opening because it's branded and I didn't use playing opening. He went activate opening. I was like, cool. He's like thinking. And at this point, I knew he had shifter. There was just no two ways of I knew he was playing shifter. And I was like, please shifter me. Because I can play under shifter, especially going second. Like, I'm going to laugh at you. So you're just making your own inboard easier for me to break. Man goes change shifter. Discard. For the opening, summons a Luba. I have Gamma in hand. And I chain Gamma to the Luba. And let me tell you, the color went out of this man's face so quick. Because he had 2 cards left in hand. And proceeded to pass his turn with an empty board under shifter.
Yeah.
And then I just had a heyday whacking him for game.
Beautiful. So that was also 2-1. Crazy. The Gamma come and clutch.
Like Gamma, honestly, like Gamma really came, and the only reason I played Gamma was because I expected like quite a bit of rogue matchups.
Okay.
And it paid off.
Yeah, I see. I see. All right, round 4 against Lyrilusc, Tri-Brigade. How was that?
Yeah, so I had no clue what I was playing against. Man won the title. I was like, okay, let's just see what he builds. I'm gonna try my best to break it. Man looks at me in my eyes. He's like, I'm gonna set one and pass. Sets one monster and passes turn. I'm like, huh? What? Deck sets one and passes? Like sometimes it happens. I'm like, oh, so
Yeah.
you bricked? Okay, cool, thank you. Draw for turn. And I start comboing off. I then get double DD crowd.
Wow.
On the summon of Blackwing Dragon, I obviously go Black Feather Whirlwind to grab the water back, and then I banish them all to grab a Matin back to hand. He then goes double DD Crow, banish both. And I literally took a moment and thought to myself, yo, how am I going to Kelly lock him now? And then I realized, but wait, I'm going second. Pop your monster with Rakiri. He got the search of it. Attack him for game. Easy game 1.
Easy. And then game 2, he went first again. Did you break this time?
Yeah. No, he actually got to combo off this time. So this time, side out the small, the Struder, you know, the usual, because Gamma could actually do something against it. I kept the Gamma. I opened evenly, and I was like over the moon. I was like, yes, I have you now. I have evenly. I can break at least bulk of your board with this.
Yeah, man.
Man proceeds to combo off. I had one imperm. Personally, this is my one misplay. I used it wrong. He summoned Fractal, used, and then I impermed on the summon. But they banish for cost on the effect. So you can still imperm after the cost. I did not, let's not get into that. But I impermed before he did it. And then, yeah, I could have played it better personally. That is like, for me personally, my one misplay for the day. Didn't make a difference, but it was something I will remember. Combos fully ends on an apple, 4 negates. 2 Tri-Monsters and the Revolt set. I draw for turn and I draw Lightning Storm. And I'm like, oh, you just fucked. That's what you are. You are just dead. That symbol is that. I go standby, main. He's like, yeah, cool. I'm like, battle phase. He's like, oh, we're doing this. I'm like, yeah, we're doing this. I go end of battle. Evenly, he gets rid of all his monsters. Apple, these Tri-Monsters, so he keeps the Revolt. So the reason I went evenly then use the Lightning, because I was like, whatever you're going to keep, I'm just going to Lightning.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Man proceeds to go, I proceed to go main phase 2. I use Lightning. He has to use his Revolt, summon the Shurag. Like I said, I started out the Cali package. So what I did was I burned him with Blackwing Dragon. The effect to remove the counters from it to make opponent's monster whose attack equal to, you obviously know them. Burned him for 14, put up a double Blackwing Assault. Goes his turn. I have 2 Blackwing Assaults, a Rakiri and a Hawk Joe. He has no cards on board. He starts coming off burning, 14. He goes into access code. He goes to pop a Blackwing Assault Dragon. And I'm like, Black Feather Whirlwind Protect.
Yeah.
He then goes access again to pop the Black Feather Whirlwind. And I'm like, cool. You can't use his effect again because you have 1,000 life points left.
Yeah.
He puts out the handshake. He's like, well, then you got it. I can't do anything. Because it's like, if you attack over one of the Blackwing Dragons, cool. I pop your access code next to another Rakiri, I win. You can't hit the Rakiri. You can hit the Rakiri, I bring it back with Hawk Joe. You hit the Hawk Joe, I switched the attack to the Rakiri anyway. So, yeah, there was no way he was getting around that. Easy win.
Easy. Okay, so round 5 was probably the easiest one. Yeah. I'm guessing it was a 2-0.
Funnily enough, it's actually a 2-1.
Did he? Even though he won. Oh, okay. You lost.
So I won the dice roll here, right? So let me explain what happened. Game 1 went full combo. And I don't mean full combo, I mean like I had Shamal in the opening hand. So I searched the Black Feather Whirlwind. So I ended on the Falcon, the Savage, full Armor Master, and double Blackwing Assault Dragon. My board was full. the man went Dark Rune no more. I laughed at him, activated ranked up, went into King Kelly Yuga. The man is like, oh, okay, so on a new chain you're attempting to use. I'm like, no.
It doesn't
Kelly
work.
doesn't start the chain. And he's looking at me almost like I'm lying to him. And I'm like, you want me to call a judge?
Yeah.
And like I said, one of my buddies were actually a judge. So he immediately ran over because
One. Continue.
okay. So you went Dark Ruler, I then chained the rank up to go into Kelly. The man proceeds to read Kelly and thinks Kelly starts a chain. I'm like, no, it's like Scythe. It doesn't start. It's just once it hits the board, that's the effect. He then proceeds to want to call a judge. I'm like, cool. Judge tells him, no, he's wrong. I am right. Dark Ruler doesn't work. He then just packs up his cards. We go game 2. Game 2, I open Gamma and I open Imperm. Sided out the Small World, sided out the Kelly, sided out the TT, the usual 8 out.
Yeah.
Put in Harpy, put in Lightning, put in Evenly, put in Dark Ruler. Open up my opening hand, I literally had Gamma and Imperm. So I was like, there's no way you're winning this game.
Yeah.
I Imperm him, but he opened the field spell and he opened the continuous spell. So this is where the nonsense came in. He activated the field spell, got an extra normal. I impermed the normal. He then did his actual normal summon. I damaged that. The issue was that when it came my turn, I didn't have Simoon and I didn't have Sudri. Didn't have a small world. So I had a Vata and a Gale. And that was just not enough to break his board.
Yeah.
So with me normal summoning, he was just getting the resources that he needed. And then I couldn't break his board. I couldn't even go into Full Armor Master, which is the plan. I couldn't get into it. The man proceeded just to OTK me his turn, double Impum and something else. He just hit me. I was like, okay, cool, let's go game 3. I went first. Yet again, full combo. Falcon, Savage, Full Armor Master, 1 Blackwing Assault. Went his turn. Oh, and I opened double Impum. Going first. So I just set 1 because I only had space for 1 card to set after all my backer was placed. So I just set 1 Impum past turn.
Easy.
The man goes to Duality. I'm like, I'm gonna Savage negate that. He goes on the Savage negate. He's gonna chain Book of Moon. I was like, cool. He's gonna now hit my Falcon.
Did you still summon your full arm master?
Yes, I had Full Armor Master out already.
Okay.
So I knew already, you're not getting over my board either way. That is why I like kind of played into the negate. He then goes Duality again, right? He gets a Robina from his deck. He goes normal summon Robina. I'm like, Imperm. He's like, you again have that card. I'm like, yes. He's like, yeah, I'm a past turn. I'm like, cool.
Wow.
Let's just whack you for game again. And that was like such an easy matchup.
Okay, round 6 against Ishizu tier. Now we got the meta deck. Finally in round 6.
Yes, that meta deck I've been waiting for.
The final boss monster comes in round 6.
Final round, and like this was literally the determining matchup whether I'm gonna make top cut or not because of the 1 loss. I'd need to draw this match or win this match. A win would secure my top 8. A draw would 50-50 me at that point. I wasn't sure. I was stable 3. So it could go either way. So I wasn't sure. I didn't want to risk it. So like I need to win this match. Opening hand, opened up a Simoon. I was like, perfect. This is where it got beautiful. I opened Simoon, double water in the opening hand. And this was clutch. This is game defining. That 2 particular cards in the hand was game defining.
Let's see if you
I
did
go
the right
Simoon.
play.
Sorry, say again?
Let's see if you did the right play.
Let's see if I did the right play. So I went Simoon, banish the water, get the Black Whirlwind. So I told my opponent, look, Simoon from hand. I explained to him what Simoon does. He's like, yeah, no, cool. I'm like, you can't use any of your tier element effects on the Simoon effect.
Yeah.
Because it's from hand, it's not on field. He's like, yeah, he says, no. And then I'm like, Simoon, banish the water, place the Black Whirlwind, normal summon Simoon, Black Whirlwind effect to search. And I don't know if he was trying to see if I didn't know, even though I just told him, But he then goes, okay, I'm gonna chain Avernus. I'm like, no, you can't. Simoon activates in hand. Black Whirlwind. He's like, oh, yes. So I wasn't sure if he was trying to pull like some little sketchy stunt there. After I told him you can't, but then he still.
Don't even. Why would
I
you
didn't know
even
what
tell him?
that's
Why
about.
would you tell him that?
No. I just felt like it was something I needed to tell him because I didn't want him to be
Don't tell
activating
him,
stuff.
Because I mean, luckily
But-
he did activate it, so so now you know that he has his hand. But usually, man, don't be such a nice guy. I also do that mistake. Don't be a nice guy, man. You need to be an asshole in this format to win games, bro. Because if you're not an asshole, like they're gonna profit, like take advantage of that. So don't even try to help your opponents, man. Don't do that. Let them misplay. Let them do it.
Fair enough. Right, I went Simoon search. I got a Sutri.
Yeah.
And now I go special summon the water.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, cool. And now I go synchro summon. I lie. I'm trying
First
to
you
remember
normal
my
summon
full
Zuki, I
hand here.
guess. First you normal summon Zuki.
But I think I had a Shamal in hand as well.
Oh, okay.
Because I had the Black Feather Whirlwind. Oh, I had a Black Feather Whirlwind. I had one of the two in the hand because I had activated a Black Feather Whirlwind.
Okay.
So I specialed the water with a Simoon and I went Draco Berserker.
Beautiful. That's what you're supposed to do.
Chain the Black Feather Whirlwind targeting the water that's banished to special summon back. Because I'm like, if you have pistols, you're not using that pistol on me now.
Yeah.
And now I summon back. Man doesn't say anything. I'm like, cool. I'm gonna go water effect. I'm like, do you have anything? He's like, no. I'm like, oh, what happened to your tail element in hand? Go Blackwing Dragon. On summon, cool. Normal summon Sudri, and I start comboing off. And I'm like, I'm waiting for him to use his Avernus now in hand, but he's not using it. And as I'm getting to the combo, the man goes, chain the Ishizu from hand, the shuffle back a special summon monster. And he wants to shuffle back my Blackwing Dragon.
Kalbeck.
Yeah, Kalbeck. I was like, nah. I'll rather keep my Blackwing Dragon and let you get the moles at this point. It's fine. I had enough of my board already to know that even if you get into something, it's not going to be enough to stop me at this point. Yeah. So I banished that. Because I didn't want him to have the level 4 body on the board. That's my main thing. I don't want to give him the level 4 body for the follow-up.
Yeah.
Because then it's simple for him to go into a rank 4, go into a Zeus, wipe my board. I didn't have time for all of that still. So I banished that instead. The man then goes Avernus after that. I'm like, cool. I was waiting for it. He mulled one Ishizu. And then the field spell and something else. And a super poly. I was like, cool. That's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
The man then proceeds to use the Ishizu to shuffle back my Zephyros, my Steam, and a Shamal engraved. I was like, you know how Blackwings play them. There's no way you don't know if you're shuffling back the exact card. Because he literally goes to my grave. He looks for the Zephyros, he takes it out. He looks for the Steam, he takes it out. He looks for the Shamal, he takes it out. And he says, I'm shuffling these 3 back. And I'm like, okay, so you know what my deck does, but you still try to activate Avernus on the Simoon. So that's when I was like, you trying some mad things here. Because you know my deck. Anyways, I leave it, I combo off. I end up on a Draco Berserker and a Blackwing Assault and a Rusty. That's all I end up on. The man goes Busty also, Magnemite. Cool. Throw out my combo. That's why my inboard was so weak. But Draco Berserk and a Blackwing Assault, that's more than enough for tier. End on that, tier's not doing much to you.
Yeah.
The man then proceeds to draw for turn. He draws Super Poly. He then goes activate Super Poly. And on activation, he's like, oh, I forgot to use Magnemite. I'm like, yeah, but you missed the chance to grab a card. He's like, yeah, but I need to grab a card. The effect needs to resolve. I'm like, yeah, sure, cool. Let's just call a judge and see how the judge wants to rule this.
Yeah.
The judge comes over. We explained to him what happens. He said it's fine. The game state's still repairable. You can get your search. But the card you drew needs to change. So now he doesn't draw Super Poly anymore. And that, I feel like, was his biggest mistake there.
Yeah.
Because without the Super Poly, he couldn't break my board.
Yeah.
So Draco Berserker ate up his board while Blackwing Assault was just burning him for game.
Such an
and
idiot.
Then when it came to
Such an idiot.
Literally, I'd have lifted it. I threw Super. I was like, no, cool. I'm not going to worry with it. When my turn again, I just whacked him, and then when his turn, he had like 1,000 life points.
Yeah.
So he had one monster effect, and whatever monster effect I was gonna banish it with Draco Berserker. So he's just like, no, let's go game 2. I'm like, cool, let's go game 2. Sided out the Gamma, the driver, Cali package, TT's out. Game 2, opening hand, evenly matched. Perfect. I'm like, I have you. Man combos or full combo. Because I have no interruptions for him. He sets the trap that negates.
Yeah.
So now I know we can negate my evenly. Now I'm just thinking of, okay, am I going to bait out the evenly? Am I going to bait out the trap? Please note he milled 10 of my deck at this point already. Because double Ishizu mill, of course. Because like, what else? Why wouldn't they mill 2 different Ishizu names that mills 5 each? So he milled 10 of my deck already. I draw for turn. Guess what my draw is? Just take a wild guess what I drew for turn.
Dark Ruler.
No, one better. Evenly matched.
So you got 2 evenly matches. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Stand by main. He's like, cool. I'm like, battle phase. He's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, evenly. He's like, yeah, I'm like, my trap, negate.
Yeah.
All of that. I'm like, cool. He's like, I'm like, we're still at the end of battle. He's like, yeah. Evenly again. Yo. If this man was legally allowed to flip the table and throw me with it, he would do it at that point. Genuinely, he was ready to do it.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Evenly is bored. I can't just remember what he kept. Didn't matter. It genuinely did not matter. Started comboing off. Realized I do not have the Cali lock. It's like, it actually came up like twice or thrice for the day where I was like, I actually wanted to Cali going second. But it was fine, I didn't need to. End with a Draco Berserker. And a double Blackwing Assault Dragon. Yeah. That was fun. That was really fun.
All you need.
Let me tell you, that was so much fun.
Totally
when
dominated him.
Banished his first monster effect, burned him for 1400. He kept the Rucalus on his field. He ended up having to switch his Rucalus to defense because he didn't have anything to stop me in his turn. When my turn, literally went battle phase, hit over his Rucalus, made my Draco Berserker 6k.
Oh.
And then he had one or two other cards in the field, hit him with another Blackwing Assault or whatever the case may be. When his turn, he had like no life points. I think he had like maybe 2k life left. I had a 6k Draco Berserker with double Blackwing Assault.
Nice.
That each had like 3 or 4 counters on him. So it's just like so easy.
All you need.
So I ended up winning the boss of the fight 2-0.
Beautiful. I always said that, like I said, Ishizu tier was never really a threat for me. But like in general for us, the only issue was that if you're playing 5 times against the same deck, then eventually you're going to lose 1 or 2 games matchups.
100%.
So that's
100%.
the thing. But like in general, like that's not. We can play so well against against that deck better than any other deck. Like literally better than any other deck. Better than Sprite, better than whatever. Like yeah. Okay, so you won 5-1, got 4th place. And was there anyone who went 6-0 in that tournament?
Yes. So the winner actually went 6-0. So he ended up playing Bastille Sprite.
Oh, nice.
Main decked 8 Bastilles.
Yeah.
This was actually something spicy that he played. He actually played Crossout in the side.
Interesting.
And he played it for the flu matchup because he sided in the Hoppy Trap with the Crossouts.
Interesting.
So that was like a spicy little, because his reasoning was he didn't have anything for the flu matchup in terms of if they go activate the Hoppy Trap, he had nothing. He literally just passed his turn. So that was his counter for it.
Wow.
I actually asked him if it ever came up. He said no, it didn't come up for the flu matchup. It came up for the Sprite mirror match, where the opponent went Sprite. You went nub on a Sprite. Yeah, on a Sprite player went nub. The Sprite player then went, oh no, I'm just gonna chain the red or the carrot, whichever one negates monsters, and then he went cross out, chain cross out, and then sent his own one to negate that. I was like, wow, that is insane. That is a mad call there.
Crazy. Okay, I would say let's move on to Decklist finally and see what
Yes,
spice
sir.
you got over there. All right, let's go. Okay, so here we got the Decklist, and from my first look, I can see is that it's kind of similar to the one Sam Blackwing posted. And yeah, let's go through it. What can you say about your Decklist?
Okay, so obviously the standard ratios at this point, the 3 Simoon, the 3 Sudi,
Yeah,
3 Shamal, 3 Water. I feel like that's a must. No matter if you're playing Dark Armed or you're playing Falcon, I
yeah,
think that's just the ratios that we had. The 1 Zephyros, I did test out 2, same like you actually. I tested out the 2. I just didn't like the times when I opened both.
yeah,
That is when it was just horrible.
yeah. No, two are bad. Like that was just at the beginning of Darkwing Blast where we didn't really have that much practice yet, so we had to test a lot of things, and we didn't even know back then like all the combos. So at the beginning, I thought that we needed to play 2 Zephyros, but that was a mistake on my side. But just unexperienced, like I said, there's new cards, and you just had to get comfortable with them. That's why at the beginning I felt like it's just a must. But yeah, 1 Zephyros is definitely enough.
100% Zephyros at 1, perfect. Gale was mainly just because it's the Falcon build. I think for the Dark Arm build, you wouldn't really need the Gale. The effect came up, the halving attack, as baiting opponents' negates, forcing the negates out, or just using it to just whack over their monsters. So I think overall Gale performed well.
So
Gale is my
you would still
favorite
keep
Blackwing
Gale?
because it does rhyme with my
Would you
name.
still keep Gale in the future?
In the Falcon build, yes. I
Okay.
feel like Gale's a really good card in the Falcon build. Mainly just for the times when you can't get the steam to the grave for whatever reason. And there's combo lines with Gale you can use to play under the shifter. So yeah, overall, I'm really happy with Gale at the moment.
Gotcha. Okay. And
Um,
Steam?
Steam, yeah, obviously Falcon build, you're gonna need the Steam. Brilliant card. Even when I opened it, I loved it. I have no complaints with Steam. Steam is the top G of Blackwings in my opinion. He's the OG top G.
True.
Harmattan at 1, perfect. That card is honestly Harmattan is insane in this deck.
Yeah.
Like the amount of combos you can go into with Harmattan alone is insane, especially when you're getting interrupted. He's a lifesaver. Chinook. It came up actually, the effect, Valley effect, it came up. Honestly, would keep it. Nothing on the Blackwings I would cut. I'm very happy with how all the Blackwings performed. They overperformed, honestly.
Yeah. What I do see is though, we're not playing Arashi, no Twin Shadow. Are you happy with cutting those 2?
I was expecting you to ask this question because I know you were Twin Shadow enthusiast. The Roshi, honestly, I cut it because I never felt like it was needed in the Falcon build. Mainly just because it has very rare interactions and I didn't feel like a Roshi. I never once went through a game and I was like, oh, I really wish I had a Roshi to search right now. It was just never a card that I felt like I needed. Twin Shadow. So personally, it never came up in the regional. There's never once where I was like, Twin Shadow would have saved me this game. It's something I am testing still. I've been testing. It's a 50-50 for me at this point. I would rather search the second Black Feather Whirlwind than search the Twin Shadow at the moment. That's just for me personally. It doesn't come up that much.
I see. Okay. Alright, what else we got? We got no Bestials in this main deck. We got 2
Yeah, I
tactics.
knew that's also gonna come up. I was waiting for that one to come up also. So because of the matchup I expected, like I said earlier in the video, I expected Ishizu, don't get me wrong. I knew the matchup was coming. I just felt like our deck could handle it well enough without the Bastiles. Because I did not expect them to play them round 1, 2, round 6, or 5 out of the 6 rounds. I expected it to maybe 3 at worst. I'd get it 3 matchups. And at that point, I didn't feel like Bastilles was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose the Gammas over the Bastilles. And for this regional event, Gammas overperformed. Like they went above and beyond for this regional. For a YCS, I would definitely put in Bastilles though. Take that Gammas completely out. Not even in the side. Put in Bastilles. Bastilles are your friends. But for the regionals, Gammas honestly did really well.
Gotcha. Okay, so for the X deck, I can see you got Darkness Meldring, but you did not mention him in any rounds. So what can you say about the Darkness Meldring?
Okay, so the Darkness Metal was there for. I expected to play against Shifter a lot
Mm-hmm.
because Ishizu tier was going to be a difficult matchup for a lot of decks. So I was like, okay, people are going to be siding in or maining the Shifters. I want to be able to play under it and still carry lock them if need be. So if I'm going first, they shift to me, cool. Darkness Metal, we're going to get with a Simoon, we're going to get into Cali either way. Unfortunately, he just didn't come up. The times I did get shifted, I was going second. And if I did use shift, I was going second, so it just never came up. I think it's a brilliant card and an amazing tech.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't come up. I think it's a good card overall, though.
Would you keep it? Would you keep the card in the future?
You see, we're going to talk about the future, then we need to talk about what happened today with the ban list and all of that. So, after the ban list and everything, I don't think he's going to be a card I'm going to be keeping in the deck.
Okay.
Just because I feel like Shift is going to be. I don't know. He could still come up. Maybe I'm very 50-50 on him now moving forward.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd have to get back to you on that one.
Okay, I see. Okay, yeah, let's talk about the side deck a little bit. Is there anything that you might want to change in the side deck?
Okay, so I'll talk to you about my MVPs, like the cards that perform better than expected in the side deck. Lightning Storm. I'd have to give it to Lightning Storm. Lightning Storm absolutely dominated. Like it literally won me games. I think Lightning Storm is a really good card, especially in Blackwings, because we only really we're only going to put cards on the board, which would be Simoon or something. So Lightning first is great. Like Lightning Storm's really overperformed. Change in the side deck, Spooky Dog. I'll take that card out, honestly.
Okay. Gotcha.
There was no game where Spooky Dog felt like it would have won me the match. When I sided it in, for me, it just really underperformed.
Did you see
I
that
would
card
change
ever?
it for like Book of Eclipse. That would be a good card to change it to, but really Spooky Dog disappointed me.
Did you see Spooky ever?
I didn't even see it. That's the sad part. And I sided it in almost every game there. I sided it in, and I never saw it.
Okay.
And there was no game where I was like, oh, if I had Spooky Dog, I would have won.
Okay.
So it's just like it was a disappointing card overall.
You also happy with the shifters?
Shifters in the side, yes. I was happy with the shifters. They won me the one match against the Pile, Ishizu, tier mixed matchup, everything, Light Sworn, I don't know what else, but anyway, it won me that matchup. I like Shifter. I think it's a really good card. That card is absolutely insane. It literally just ends turns. So yeah, I'd gladly keep Shifter.
Gotcha. Okay, one thing that I also want to talk about is Draco Berserker. How important was Draco Berserker in this deck for you?
Draco Berserker. If you are playing Blackwings in the Ishizu tier meta and you're not playing Draco Berserker, you're doing something wrong. You're doing something very wrong. This card is insane. Like literally, this card wins you games that you have no right winning. Straight out, this card just wins you games for no reason whatsoever.
So you
there's
right
a
now
lot of
shooting
times
shots at Simon Blackwing. In his last deck part, he didn't play the Draco Berserker.
Yeah, he didn't end up playing it in his regional deck profile.
Well, he still was able
he
to go
played the
top 3,
Omega.
so props to him.
He played the Omega. I understand why he played the Omega. Look, the Gamma, the Omega, in case you end up in a situation where you Gamma on your turn and you can't see Moon, and I
Yeah.
understand the concept of it. The problem is I tested it, right? And I tested it for like a month and a half. And I'm telling you, I went to events, I played tested with friends. And not once did I summon Omega. Not once, kinda. In a month and a half of both testing and playing tournaments, I did not summon him once. So like, no. I'm not going to play that guy. He's not doing enough for me.
Yeah.
And the Draco Berserker, oh, that card is honestly, if every deck could play, I think every deck would play. That card is insane. Like, take it from someone that only read the card properly when he played it in his regional event. I did not know he can attack twice. That is insane. He can whack over a tier monster, gain that monster's attack, and then hit into another monster and gain that monster's attack again. Now, then he's still banishing your opponent. This card is insane, honestly. Everyone should be playing this card. That's how good I think Dragon Berserker is.
Gotcha. Not even against tournaments, like just in general, if you want to break boards before you do your second
Just
normal
in general,
summoning.
that's the thing though.
Yeah. Before you go for Zudri, just go for Draco Berserker, attack the monsters that are threatening you, and then main phase 2 you can still combo off. So, yeah, man, I really do like Draco Berserker too, and I can't see a deck right now without him. Even like playing against Kashtira, even against those, like, it came in really clutch. So, yeah, okay, beautiful. Is there anything else that you would like to add? Because we're already in 50 minutes, so is there anything else that you want to say?
I don't know. I apologize to everybody watching that this ended up being so long.
It's really informative. So you guys get some great content. So that's really good to see because we don't have so many people topping regionals yet. So or in general just being successful with Blackwing. So we need to hear some views and some experiences. So that's really good. That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Some last things I'd like to say. So the last two locals I've played, I've dominated, won both locals, made the top 4 with the regionals. People are literally learning now to respect the deck. And there's so many people that asked me after the tournament, do you have any spare Blackwings there that I can maybe buy from you or trade for you? Because I actually want to get into playing Blackwings now. I was like, you came to the right place. My goal with the regional was to prove that Blackwings are meta, that they will dominate the format. And I did that, so I'm really happy about that.
You did. And you were probably the only Blackwing player on that tournament, I guess.
I was the only Blackwing player. I think I'm the only Blackwing player in South Africa at this point, sir. I wouldn't be surprised.
I believe you. Oh my god. Yeah, man. So first of all, like I'm really proud of you, man. That's some beautiful thing. Before we end this video, any shoutouts?
Shout out to you firstly. For coming as far as you have. Like I said earlier in the video, we literally started off together. You had like so few followers. I think you had like 10 or 20 at the time. And I told you after every stream that you had, when it was just me and you, we had one other person with us maybe. I told you, look, just keep grinding, keep pushing, and you're going to reap the rewards because you make good content. You have the personality. People are going to relate to you because you're such a genuine person. And look now, look how far you've come. So shout out to you for everything you're doing for the Blackwing community.
Appreciate you, man. I can give it back to you, man. Just the constant support that you gave me. You don't even know how much it meant to me. Like, it helped me a lot throughout the past year. And yeah, man, just to let you know, like, I'm really grateful and appreciate you for just being with me the whole time. So yeah, man. Huge shout out to you.
Much love, my brother. Much love. Like to shout out Siren Blackwing, of course. You need to give him props.
The man, the legends.
The Decklist is very similar to his. Because a lot of the things that we tested together. Because I always give him feedback on his Decklist, like things that, okay, this is a problem. How are we going to solve this? And in testing, I ended up with a very similar build to him. And then his Decklist obviously dropped, and I started looking at this, and I was like, okay, we're on the same track. And then we just ended up building a very similar build because our local area seems to be very similar. So he also expect a lot of rogue matchups. So that's why we went the Gamma route instead of the Bastille route. And it paid off for me. Shout out to the Discord again. You guys are amazing. We constantly having back and forth, disagreeing on so many things. Like, it's ridiculous how often we disagree on things. But I think it makes us think more in depth about the deck. And you learn so much from each other. Because people talk about their experience in the Discord. Guys, again, if you are not in the Discord, it is for free to join. We all give our experiences, our deck list. You learn so much. Grow the community together, guys.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, we all we at the beginning, and yeah. All right, let's wrap this up.
Some final shout outs before I leave.
Yeah,
some final shout outs to my testing buddies, JP, Aiden, Greg, Dylan. You guys are amazing. Guys, another important thing, no matter what deck you're playing, Blackwing best deck, obviously. So if you play anything else, you're not playing the best deck. Get you people, get you friends that you can test with. It's really important. Like, you learn a lot more about your deck and yourself as a player when you have a testing group, because they will point out things that you don't even see a lot of the time. So get you a good, doesn't have to be 2-3 guys. That's more than enough. Get you a testing group, guys.
Facts. All right. Appreciate you for being here, my man. And you know how much I love you.
Final shout out before I go. Shout out to my girlfriend, Akifa, for always supporting me. You know, we had to throw that one out there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kanak, for having me here. I really appreciate this.
Thank you. Beautiful. All right.
Save my guy.
You want to do the ending?
Are you giving me the honor of doing the ending?
Yeah, do it, man. Do it.
Buenos dias, guys. See you all, my Blackwing family. Love you guys lots.
Yes.
See you, Kanak. Love you, my brother.
Yes. All right. Take care, guys. Peace out.